find 4 young men who disappeared in Pennsylvania. Police focusing on this property that you're about to see, making an arrest during their search, and now saying they suspect foul play. ABC's Eva Pilgrim is in Bucks County with new developments for us this morning. Good morning, Eva.
Good morning, Robin. This area is now the center of the search. It's huge. Investigators say it's like trying to find a needle in a haystack. They are vowing to do everything possible to find these men. The FBI now joining the search outside Philadelphia for 4 men missing since last week. Officials suspecting foul play.
We have information that they know each other.
The family of 19-year-old Jimi Patrick reported him missing last Wednesday after he failed to show up for his job. His friends telling us he was a student at Loyola University in Maryland, home for the summer. 2 days later, authorities became alarmed when friends 21-year-old Tom Mio and 22-year-old Mark Sturgis didn't show up for work on a construction site. Sturgis's father describing his son as an excellent guitar player and a hard worker who didn't have issues with anyone. The same Friday Mio and Sturgis disappeared, 19-year-old Dean Finocchiaro was spotted getting into a car and hasn't been seen since.
This investigation, the leads are incredibly hot.
Authorities now zeroing in on this land, searching more than 80 acres on the ground and with a helicopter by air. Investigators finding 2 major clues, vehicles belonging to 2 of the missing men. One car found in this garage, part of an abandoned home that backs up to the search area. Police taking a man whose family owns that land, 20-year-old Cosmo Di Nardo, into custody on an unrelated gun charge. His bond set at $1 million.
I think this arrest of Cosmo Di Nardo is a big deal. I will tell you, I've never seen a gun case in this country where the bond was set at $1 million. So that tells you something right there, that the police believe there's a lot more to this than just a gun charge.
Investigators also searching DiNardo's family home before arresting him. Their probable cause affidavit stating that DiNardo was known to be suffering from mental illness and admittedly having been the subject of an involuntary commitment to a mental institution. An officer found him with a shotgun and ammunition on February 9th.
It's sad because Soulberry, New Hope, it's a beautiful little town, and you know, you hear this all the time. Never thought something like this would happen here.
Now, authorities at this point say they aren't ready to name a suspect. We have reached out to DiNardo's family and his lawyer. We have not heard back. Robin.
Eva, thank you so much. We're going to talk much more about this with our good friend Nancy Grace, who joins us. And Nancy, these 4 young men, there's thought to have known each other possibly. Just your initial thoughts on this case so far.
Well, there's a good morning. And he was taken into custody now. Why? Again, that is no coincidence. As they said, this is like a needle in a haystack, because this is a 68-acre corn farm. They could be anywhere, but there is hope. They could still be alive.
And we got to cling to that hope. But where do you feel that investigators go right now, Nancy?
I feel that they have to follow up on the cell phones. They have to do triangulation, and not just that, texting, because if they can unravel the motive that these 4 were together and in connection with DiNardo, if they were, then they'll have an idea as to where they may be and why.
No, as authorities say, they have hot leads, so hopefully it will come to some conclusion soon. All right. Thank you so much, Nancy.
Breaking, Cosmo Di Nardo back in custody, charged with attempting to steal vehicle belonging to one of the 4 missing young men. Soulberry Township. Cosmo Di Nardo, a person of interest in the disappearance of 4 Bucks County men, is back behind bars. Authorities charged DiNardo Wednesday with stealing the vehicles of one of the missing men, Tom Mio. According to an affidavit of probable cause obtained by Digital First Media, DiNardo, who is diagnosed with schizophrenia, tried to sell Mio's vehicle, a 1996 Nissan Maxima, to a friend who lives in Bensalem for $500 on Saturday night. The vehicle was located Sunday, July 9 in the garage of an abandoned property on the 2800 block of Aquatong Road in Solebury that is owned by DiNardo's parents, Antonio and Sandra, court documents outline. Mio, 21, of Plumstead Township, who was not found with the vehicle, went missing with good friend, 22-year-old Mark Sturgis, of Pennsburg in Montgomery County on Friday night, July 7. Police observed the keys and title to the vehicle folded up and hanging up on T. Folded up and hanging up on the wall inside of the garage of the Aquatong property. The title, however, was still listed in Mio's name and was not endorsed for transfer, documents indicate. Even more troublesome, life-saving insulin supplies for Mio, who is diabetic, were found in the vehicle, foreshadowing a grim outlook that he is still alive. A Nissan belonging to Sturgis, who reportedly was going to meet up with Mio that night, was also found in Peddlers Village in nearby Buckingham, less than 2 miles from the Aquatong property. A mobile license plate reader picked up Mio's and Sturgis' vehicles seconds apart at 2541 Street Road in Solebury. DiNardo told police that he was driving a silver 2016 Ford pickup truck the night the two friends went missing. At a bail hearing on Wednesday, District Court Judge Maggie Snow set bail at $5 million. DiNardo was charged also on Monday, July 10 with possession of a firearm in Bensalem Township in an unrelated case from the missing men. The charge stems from a February case that was previously dismissed in May by a district judge. According to an affidavit of probable cause filed by prosecutors, DiNardo was suffering from mental illness at the time of his February arrest and was involuntarily committed to a mental institution for inpatient treatment. DiNardo was found to be in possession of a Savage Arms 20-gauge shotgun and ammo, court documents outline. DiNardo's father provided a cashier's check for the required $100,000 to set his son free on Tuesday night, July 11 before the latest charge. Two other men, Jimi Tar Patrick, 19, of Newtown Township, disappeared last Wednesday, July 5 followed by Dean Finocchiaro, 18, of Middletown Township, on Friday, July 7. Authorities strongly suspect foul play and say they are strongly making progress at a primary search area that is also owned by DiNardo's parents. At a news conference Wednesday afternoon, Bucks County District Attorney Matthew Weintraub revealed that important pieces of evidence have been recovered from the 90-acre property on the 6000 block of Lower York Road, which is Route 202, in Solebury and another unspecified site. The farm property that contains a cornfield, barn, and house is owned by the DiNardo family, of Bensalem. So what's going on with the scam?